Hi, thank you so much for tuning in. You guys, if you're new here, hi, I'm FEARSONA. You can call me Sona, and I'm your friendly neighborhood true crime VTuber here to give you full body chills because today we have a ghost story to talk about. Also, I'm gonna be here with my Platinum, Ruby, and Diamond tier members. I think today it's Kanta, and Kanta's gonna be, sitting through this case with me and discussing it with me. Maybe some shits and giggles are also gonna happen. Let me just do one more thing because I am getting a little bit more. Wait, I'm scuff. The scuff is real. Wait, okay. I think it's fine. Okay. I think it's fine. What's the background? Okay, good question. Also, Alberto, thank you so much for the supa, and Joshua, thank you so much for the supa. Alberto was Jesus, guys. Alberto was summoning radios, and Joshua is saying, "Hi, Sona, how are you?" I'm not perfect, but not bad. I'm excited for this story because it is pretty spooky. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself. Interesting question about the background. We have a campfire. We're sitting around a campfire, and Kanta's gonna be here with me in a minute. Well, the front row are my Patreon members. So you guys are gonna see him in a minute. Yeah, so we have a lot of plushies. So today we're talking about hunting so violent that some college students, left the school because they were terrified. They experienced some horrible things, and they had enough. They couldn't take it. And this story was actually featured on Netflix. Netflix's recent show that's titled True Haunting. I think True Haunting, like I wrote like True Haunted, but it's actually True Haunting. So that's what we're gonna be talking about. The story of Chris DiCesare and the haunting of the Geneseo State College. Okay, let me rejoin the call. Let me join the call with Kanta, and let me see. Okay. Is Kanta with us? Kanta, are you with us?
Hi, I'm a Kanta.
Oh, okay. Kanta is with us. Okay, nice. Great. This is Kanta, by the way. Is that okay if
I wish I weren't.
If I chose a little donkey as your...
I'm a smartass.
But that's cute. It's cute. I just chose a donkey because I was just like, oh, this is gonna be cute. So we're here. Me and Kanta are here, and Kanta's gonna be listening to the story, and obviously I'll pause a couple of times to comment, to chat with you about the story. And Kanta is a bit of a skeptic, so he's here with skeptics theories. Is that right?
I want to believe, but for the most part, it's real hard, especially with some certain celebrities of the paranormal that are involved in this somehow. They got involved.
Yeah, they got involved. They did get involved. Also, Taxman was a member has been a member for 13 months. We're camping. You can't escape taxes, Sona. Well, even camping? Damn. No escape from taxes. Okay. So we're gonna start, and Kanta, can you see the pictures?
Yep.
Oh, you
Yes,
can see
I
it.
can.
Okay, nice. I hopefully my stream is like working better today, and it's not like buffering for anyone, and it's not like acting stupid. Also, because like it was actually a mistake. I think it was like actually an error on my part. Surprise. It's scuff as always. Actually, like I think I'm delayed. Like why? It's probably because
There's always a bit of a delay, but
no, but
you're
like
feeling it on your end?
I feel like my avatar is like delayed when I'm talking, but that's okay. Damn, yeah, like it's kind of
calibrating it.
Yeah, it's kind of weird like that. Why?
You got something crazy running in the background?
No, just water though, but because of like filters and stuff, like it might be that. It's
Oh.
possible.
It'd be a shame if everyone spammed the chat with animations that would just crash your computer.
Oh! Okay, it might be okay. Okay. So we'll see. We're just gonna roll with it. Hey, DMJ!
Oh, DMJ.
DMJ is here. DMJ is here.
Yes, I see you guys were on a call decided to join.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. Great to have you here.
Thank you.
Is he the chicken?
Yes, he's the chicken.
We must sacrifice the chicken.
Oh, the chicken?
Yeah, you're the chicken.
I feel so
Hey.
Nice.
You bring happiness to the world in the form of nuggets. Not a lot of things get to do that.
True. Okay.
I prefer the fries.
The fries are good.
Yeah. Okay, so let's roll with the story. And it's fitting because it's October and it's spooky time. It's Spooktober, and it's really close to Halloween. 1 week away from Halloween, so we're almost there. Why not?
Wait, really?
Yeah. Like, wait, is it 1 or 2? Oh, never mind. It's 2 weeks. Okay. Oh, and potato.
It's okay. It feels like it's close enough.
Close enough. It's basically Halloween. The whole month is Halloween. So it's okay. Okay, let's kick it off. And as I said, like, I'm going to be, talking about the case, and then I'll stop in, like a couple of times. And you guys obviously, like, I'm going to give you a sign to, like, oh, okay, now we can discuss each part. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So let's start with the story. So you're about to hear the story of Chris D. Cesari. And this is Chris, a guy who signed up for a track and field scholarship at the Geneseo State College. He moved into a regular dorm room and then discovered that not all roommates are human. So Chris was a very straight arrow. Like, he was a good student. He was an exceptional athlete. Specifically, he was a runner. And in the fall of 1984, this is where it happened, like when it happens, 1984 to 1985, Chris enrolled at SUNY Geneseo with hopes of competing in cross country, and he was incredibly committed to his to this dream of his, of eventually like making it to the Olympics. That was his plan. And so even at the very start of his college life, he would wake up at the crack of dawn every single day and go for miles long runs. Like, he was super dedicated. Like, life was good. He had his goals. He wanted to make his parents proud. And Chris was assigned to Erie Hall, which, it's kind of ironic, like Erie. Erie.
It was almost too on the nose, yeah.
Yeah, like it was,
Erie.
Yeah, right? Like, it's not only is it a ghost story, but also that the hall is like Erie Hall. So yeah. So he was assigned to a room, like in a room, C2D1. That was the room at Erie Hall. And he was sharing space with a roommate named Paul. And, at first glance, like, everything was okay. Like, it was just standard dorm life. His roommates exchanging, jokes, late night studying, the shuffle of sneakers down a hallway. And as I mentioned earlier, Chris would go on his regular runs in the wooded trails near campus to train. And in the beginning, it was fine. But after a while, he felt something like weird, like someone was watching him on those runs. And, this is a good moment to say that this is such a red flag. you guys. Like immediately, I was just like, yeah, we already know what's gonna happen because you're feeling like, oh, someone. I feel like someone's watching me. And there's no way, right? Like he was thinking like, oh, there's no way. Like, oh, it's probably other people in the woods. It's fine. And I'm like, no, red flag, isn't it? Isn't it always like in those documentaries?
I mean, let's not forget that Jeffrey Dahmer's first victim was going to be a runner.
Oh
who
yeah.
would regularly run, but luckily that guy missed that day and he didn't kill him that time.
Oh, it's true. I remember that. Like he was he was basically like a runner, right? Like he was jogging the first time that Jeffrey Dahmer like saw him.
Regularly, every day, the same trek. So, I mean, joggers kind of make good targets if they have a routine.
Yeah, also because they're alone, right? Like, and they usually run in like the woods or somewhere that's not very like popular, like not very crowded.
Running, not healthy, not good for you apparently.
Yeah. There's several for your health.
Yeah, like so. Yeah, stay home. Stay home. Don't run. You're gonna be murdered by Jeffrey Dahmer if you run.
Yes, that's the moral of the story.
Seriously, yeah, like more of the story. But as a classic, hunting documentary goes, or hunt. I can't speak anymore. I can't speak. But as this classic ghost story goes, the main character, he is feeling like someone is watching him, but he mostly brushed it off. Thought that, hey, you know what? Students come to these woods, locals come here, and I was so focused on my training that I just probably didn't notice that someone was there. Someone was walking their dog or even exercising just like me, and I'm just like, yeah, like the woods is for everyone, right? Like this campus is for everyone, so whatever, it's probably fine. And to that I say, sure it's fine. Just listen to your gut. No, seriously. Yeah, like, right? Listen to your gut. Okay.
Okay, we'll go.
We'll go. But listen to your gut. Now, like, this is the part that Kanta is like very skeptical about, but in February 1985, this is the beginning of the second semester. Things get very interesting because Chris's college would host these like special guest lectures. Like they would invite interesting people from various fields to give a presentation to the students. And so this time the college hosted a lecture by none other than Ed and Lorraine Warren. So the paranormal power couple of their time. And I mean, let's face it, like probably the most famous ghost hunters in the world. And Chris and his friend Jeff attended that lecture out of curiosity, like they didn't actually believe in the paranormal, but they were just like, you know what, this is interesting. Let's go. Let's see what they have to say. And Joshua says, well, like how really? Yeah, like Ed and Lorraine Warren were there. They visited the Geneseo State College and they were giving a lecture. And so, yeah, like Chris didn't really believe in these things and Jeff didn't really believe in these things, but they were pretty curious about the lecture. So they went, right? Like it was interesting. But it was the incident after the lecture that really stayed with Chris. So after the lecture, during a meet and greet, as Chris said in many, many interviews, he goes down to meet the Warren couple, but when he extended his hand to shake hands with Lorraine, like she looked at him concerned and she refused to shake his hand. She allegedly told him, I won't shake your hand because I don't want to know my future. That's the quote from Chris. And moments later, Ed allegedly ushered Chris off the stage. Yeah, like Lorraine just looked at him scared and she was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna shake your hand. I don't want to shake your hand. And that's what Chris said in like many interviews. He's like, no. Okay, so yeah, it's pretty odd. And then about 11 days after the strange Warren lecture or this encounter with Lorraine, Chris says he began hearing a disembodied voice that was constantly calling out his name, like inside his dorm room. There was no one else. Like, he would be alone, and then suddenly he would be hearing like, Chris, Chris, you know, and this drawn out whisper that seemed to echo through walls. And even it, like, I mean, he, you know, Chris was trying to rationalize it. Like, he said, like, maybe it was stress, maybe it was sleep deprivation. Like, oh, you know, like, I had so much studying to do. I didn't get much sleep or something. I wasn't getting much sleep. So, you know, maybe it was just my imagination. I hate it when people think, I mean, no, like, yeah, like, usually it's like, oh, imagination, but Chris was just like, oh, maybe it's my imagination, and I'm just gonna focus on something else. And the voice started becoming more persistent and more frequent and more insistent, even when Chris wore headphones. Like, he apparently tried to like just basically tune out the voice. So he just like put on headphones with some recording, with some music, and yeah, this voice would just come through the headphones and also whisper his name, like, Chris, Chris. That's what Chris says in interviews, at least. Like, and that's what was shown in the documentary too. Like, oh, he put on headphones and then the voice was there still. So I don't know.
Sona.
No, like, okay. I mean, yeah, like, your voice is coming through my headphones, but you know, this was 84. There wasn't like Discord call. Chris was not in a Discord call, so, you know.
Did we have Discord back then?
I mean, Discord was just yeah, Discord was just friends sitting in the room together and just chatting. That's it.
Yeah,
We've evolved since then.
Yeah, I believe he was listening to music at the time, and he could still hear it over that, even as the music played while he was listening to headphones.
Yeah. That's what he says. Like, oh, even when he had headphones on, you know, like the voice would be coming through headphones, and just calling him Chris, Chris. Okay, so then came other disturbances. There were doors that were opening and closing by themselves without anyone touching them, objects shifting like around the room or being knocked over in the room. There were sudden drops in temperature, as, you know, like coldness that seemed to concentrate around certain corners of the room. And I freaked myself out this morning. So this is just me, but like, I kind of freaked myself out. I was sitting here, I was just like preparing for the stream, and then I thought, like, oh my god, like, what the fuck, like, why is it so cold in my room? Like, oh, I suddenly felt this like chill, and I'm like, oh my god, is this happening? No, my AC was on, just blasting a lot, and I had to turn it down. I was like, oh wait, it's just my AC. Yeah,
I mean, where you are, I would have that AC on all the time myself too, but way to creep yourself out.
Yeah, like, way to creep myself out. I was just like, because I was thinking like, oh Jesus, why is it so cold in this room? And then I realized, like, oh shit, wait, the AC was like turned like up all the way. I'm like, never mind. ACs are evil. Not to mention, you guys, I have another story. There's this like interjection of my own private story, but yesterday I cannot wait. Let me just like turn off the music for a moment. I am not able to explain it, even though it's probably something stupid, but I don't know, like, after working on this case, like on the notes, like last night I took a shower, right? And, you know, like, just bathroom, took a shower, everything good. And then I walk out of the bathroom and there's water on my floor in the corridor, but like in the doorway to my bedroom, and, you know, water on the floor, right? Like, it's just like a splash, like literally like a puddle of water. I'm like, oh,
you know, that
shit.
actually is quite common in poltergeist activity.
No!
It's called importation.
No, I refuse.
Anyone who looked into the Enfield poltergeist incident, there were stories of puddles of water just forming in the middle of nowhere and falling to the ground.
I refuse. No. Wait. But I was like, okay, you know, I got out of the shower, there was a puddle of water, and I'm like, oh, you know, what the fuck? Like, what did it spill out of the bathroom? Because it was like right there by the bathroom door. So I'm like, oh, okay, shit. like for some reason did it spill out of the shower and just went all the way in, like outside of the room. But then the floor in the bathroom was bone dry. Like it's bone dry.
Well,
it was a very random puddle of water, and I'm like, what the fuck? I don't want to think about it, but
you have a poltergeist, and this is a case of apportation, or your shower might have a crack and the water's flowing underneath the tile.
I mean, yeah, I think that it's
Should
probably
be
like
looked at.
just tile, like the tile is
Always the
cracked.
second one.
Yeah, because like yesterday I also had this service, like servicemen come over to like do some work, like cleaning the ACs. So I'm like, and he was like working in that bathroom to like rinse it and everything and then clean it with his like chemicals. So I'm wondering if some of the chemicals like cracked or somehow melted some. Oh Jesus Christ! I'm
like a solvent or something.
Yeah, like maybe dissolved the glue or something in the between tiles or pipes, and I don't know. Like so far, but the weird thing is that, you know, after like I wiped the puddle, and then I was like, okay, let me just run the shower and let me see where it's coming from. Right, like between the tiles, like in that spot, it didn't come. Like the puddle didn't appear again. And I did the same thing. So I ran the shower for a while, like approximately the same amount of time that I was showering, and it didn't happen. So I'm like, that's weird.
In the shower?
I went into the shower and I was just like standing there like an idiot and just, you know, running water. And then I came out and the puddle is not there. But I was just like, oh, okay, that's super weird. Also, my phone is like not set to silent. Oh no. It's okay. You guys might hear some like beeps.
A phone ghost is trying to talk to you.
Oh, or maybe a ghost is trying to talk to me. Shit. Also, Taxman, thank you so much. Sona talking to the dolls again. Listen. I need someone to sit with me at the campfire. I can't sit here alone.
And you chose super flammable cotton creatures.
Okay, I might not want to be alone, but I'm also not the smartest. So, listen, I don't have anything else. Okay, so
fire.
Where you're close to the fire, yeah. You guys are like right next to the fire. Also, Fabian says, doesn't matter the location, she needs her plushies to talk to. I need my plushies to talk to not look like I'm talking to myself. Is that making it better? Not really, but yeah, who cares? It's fine. Okay. So let's get back to the story. Let's get back to Chris's encounters. Okay, so as I said, like there were sudden drops of temperature in the room, and then there were also flickering lights, shadows crossing in like Chris's peripheral vision, and Chris went from thinking like maybe I'm imagining this to realizing like there was something was going on, and whatever was in his room was getting bolder. And then whatever was happening to Chris started spreading. So his roommate Paul began to feel the weight of this presence, and Paul reportedly experienced his own unnerving moments, like footsteps when no one was walking, sounds in the dark, and just this like lingering feeling of dread in the room. And when he came, then came what Chris marks as a turning point. So Paul actually left college. He fled college. And he left the room entirely. He didn't even say goodbye to Chris. Like he suddenly one day just said like, yeah, I'm leaving. And he didn't really say goodbye. He just like packed up and left. And you know why? Because he told Chris that there was quote, a dead thing in the room. And Chris later recalled like that Paul said that the ghost spoke directly to him and said, leave Chris alone. And Paul apparently like saw some entity like inside of the room, like a shadow entity or something, and he freaked out and he left college. So with Paul gone, the room was left to Chris. Just Chris was living alone, which is not the greatest scenario in this case. And whatever entity, you know, had taken a root there was living there with him. And this was beyond just odd. Like, this was like, well, I mean, right now, because it drove his roommate out of college. Like, yeah, the entity was hostile. And after Paul's departure, the haunting escalated almost unnaturally. Like, one night, Chris and his friend Jeff, who was a fellow student, and he was actually intrigued and sympathetic because Chris told him about it. Like, they tried to draw the spirit out by inviting it. And that is the worst possible thing to do in this situation. Like, why would you do that?
Because Jeff was at that seminar with the Warrens.
Yeah.
And was the one who actually invited him.
Yeah. So Jeff was like keeping the journals, and he was just like, Chris, we have to invite this thing in. Oh, wait, did Jeff invite the Warrens?
No, Jeff didn't invite the Warrens, I don't think. I think that was the campus. Jeff just saw a flyer, was like, hey, we should go check this out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, that's right. Like, it was Jeff's idea to like go, like, right, like invite Chris to go to the lecture.
Yeah.
And so it was also Jeff's idea to, hey, we have to invite this thing in. We have to talk to this thing. Like, oh, maybe we can use one of the Warrens, strategies or methods. Like, oh, you have to talk to this thing, which is exactly the opposite of what, I don't know, priests recommend. They're like, do not open yourself to these kind of these kinds of things. Don't talk to it. Don't, invite it in. But Jeff said, like, no, we have to invite it in. We have to do this. Also,
Warren's even advised against it.
To become friends with the ghost.
True. And true. Also, Shai sent 5 memberships. So thank you so much. Congratulations to everyone who got the membership. So back to the story. As I said, like, Jeff told Chris, like, hey, we gotta, like, this guy. So Jeff told Chris, like, we gotta, go to your room. The 2 of us, I'm gonna bring my camera. Let's invite this thing in. Let's try to talk to it, and let's see where does that take us. So he asked Chris to kneel in the middle of the room and basically extend his arms and start calling the spirit. So this is actually a picture from that moment. And, Chris allegedly said, come in, show yourself. And as Jeff was taking all the pictures that he could, so he was there with the camera, Chris was trying to actively like invite the ghost in, and Jeff was taking pictures. And what reportedly followed during the seance was pretty scary. The closet door creaked open, and supposedly Chris saw a pale face, like just out of focus, but in the closet. And then Chris says that he became paralyzed with shock, and Jeff tried to photograph the entity, whatever was happening in the room, but captured pretty much nothing. And also, like, Jeff couldn't really see anything. It was only Chris. And he took several photos of Chris, like allegedly feeling something, like being kind of terrified. And he said that the camera, quote, must have infuriated the ghost because afterward he came. Oh, sorry, that was Chris. So Chris said the camera must have infuriated the ghost because afterward he came right at me and went right through me, making me fall to the ground, end quote. So Chris was seeing the thing. Jeff wasn't seeing the thing, right? So he was just like, I don't see the thing. Chris is like, don't you see it? Like, it's right there. And Jeff was just like, okay, I don't see it. But, Chris then told Jeff to quickly photograph, quote, the dead thing hovering above my bed. To which Jeff, like, passed him the camera and said, if you can see it, take my camera and get the picture. And here's the infamous photo. That's the only photo that has something in it. Like, allegedly. So Jeff, this is the photo above Chris's bed. There's a poster. So this is a poster. This is not a window. I thought it was like, at first I thought it was like, oh, this is a window. No, this is a poster. And allegedly here is a skeleton.
No, to the left of it.
Yeah.
Or to the right of it.
This is it.
Yeah.
like right here. So there's like a pelvis, you know, like a pelvic bone, ribs, spine, you know, and Jeff allegedly like labeled all the bones in the image. So that's the only image that captured something, you know, above the bed. And again, like Jeff didn't, at the time, he didn't really see it. He just took the photo. But Chris saw it. Chris was like, the dead thing over my bed, can you take a photo of it? And he's just like, okay, you take the camera and take a picture. And that's the photo, like when Chris took the photo. Okay. So because rumors started circulating on campus and people started calling Chris the ghost boy, Jeff suggested having a code word that they could use instead of, you know, spirit, ghost, like to not sound crazy whenever they talked about this thing in public and possibly like with people passing by. So, you know, Jeff said like, hey, let's have a code word for this thing so that we don't sound crazy. And that is when Chris came up with the name Tommy. Right, he just randomly, he was just like, you know what, Tommy, let's call it Tommy. And that's what they started calling the entity in Chris's room. They were just referring to it as Tommy. Yeah, I don't know. They should have picked a better name. Like Tommy.
I mean, technically, they shouldn't have named it at all, as theoretically that true. Just gives it power.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. This is like the exact opposite of what you're supposed to do. Like, don't give it even more power. Don't invite it even more to your room, because like, what the heck?
I'm just thinking that they named after a Power Ranger.
True. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, there was like Tommy.
My God.
Okay. So Tommy the unfriendly ghost. But things were about to turn even darker for Chris. On March 1985, things turned much more violent and physical. So in physical, it sounds bad, but in the dorm's shared shower, like Chris claims that Tommy attacked him. Like he was taking a shower and suddenly something like slammed him into the wall. And then he fell unconscious. And when Chris woke up, like awoke from the shock and pain, like he felt pain and he found basically 3 deep claw marks like slashed across his back. He was bleeding. Chris was bleeding, and the agony like sent him to the floor, and some accounts say that he was screaming, "Who are you? Show yourself." And that was when the spirit struck. And Jeff, or like in some interviews, it's like one of his friends found Chris on the floor and he was bleeding and trembling, and the friend said like, yeah, dude, like you have 3 claw marks on your back and it's bleeding, like you're seriously injured. So they helped clean him up. You know, they comforted him, but by then, like, it was very clear that this was no prank or hallucination, because Chris was like, you know, back then in the shower, he was just like, okay, who's pranking me? Because there were so many pranks in that dorm, you know, like people were just like, you know, doing some stupid pranks. So he's just like, okay, show yourself. Who are you? Just, you know, stop it. But this wasn't a prank. Like he got really injured. And, you know, this was real, like it was happening. And after that, Chris's mental state seriously deteriorated, which was actually reflected in Jeff's journal. Like his notes talk about the late night conversations, like how Chris was stressed, where Chris like tries to convince himself that things are normal, at least at first. And then Chris, like it came to a breaking point, like Chris suddenly quit running, and you know, he quit the cross country team. He actually also stops going for his regular jogs. His grades were horrible, like they were on a downward spiral, like to the point where the college put him on probation. So basically he had like a month or 2, I think a couple of months, like I think it was like a month or 2 to improve his grades. Otherwise he's gonna be kicked out of the college, and he was there on a running scholarship, on a, you know, athletic scholarship. So he's just like, and he quit running. So he's like, you know, his friends were very concerned, because they were like, this is this is the point. Like, this was your dream. Like, what happened? And yeah, he was just like, I can't do this because I can't sleep. My grades are horrible. This thing is haunting me. I'm constantly stressed. I'm constantly just scared to be in the dorm. Like, how am I supposed to continue? So he was just like on the brink of quitting college too. And in his journal, Jeff writes how Chris would say that he can feel Tommy always being next to him, you know, always watching and waiting. But Chris didn't completely spiral into isolation. Like, luckily, Jeff was there for him, and three other friends, Linda, Craig, and Beth, like, kept trying to solve the situation. And they documented, like, photographed, journaled, you know, they searched for the context, for meaning of, like, who was Tommy, right? And I mean, it's good, you know, like, at least one thing that was good is that Chris had loyal friends. You know, they didn't leave him alone with this, because, like, damn, like, imagine being, no one believing you. Like, not even having friends, like, your friends turning away from you because you started, like, talking crazy, like, oh, I have a ghost in my, right? Like, because the friends could have, like, his friends could have turned away from him. They could have been like, yeah.
Technically what Paul did.
Yeah, technically Paul did, but Paul got really spooked that one night. Like, I think in the documentary, the night before Paul left was like, oh, they were sleeping in the dorm, and Chris's like, music recorder started playing randomly. So Paul says, like, hey Chris, can you turn it off? And he turned it off, went back to bed. The recorder started playing again. So Chris goes down from the bunk bed, turns it off, and takes out the batteries. And suddenly, like, it's quiet, and Paul is asking, like, Chris, are you there? And he opens his eyes, and this entity, supposedly, like, what Paul saw was, like, this dark entity just kind of emerging from, like, I don't know, like, just kind of floating up, that he could see it right in front of him. And then he said, like, oh, the entity said, leave Chris alone. And then the next morning, like, Paul just packed up and left. Okay, so yeah, like, you know, I mean, Paul did regret it. He regretted, like, leaving, and he regretted, like, leaving Chris, but I mean, he was scared. He was just terrified. But luckily, the other friends, right, like Jeff, Linda, Craig, and Beth stayed. So then around mid-April 1985, Chris decided to seek help, and he went to a priest. So a priest enters the story. This is a reenactment from Netflix. So Father Charles Manning is said to have come to Chris's dorm room. He brought holy water and a book, which was pastoral care for of the sick. And he prayed over room C2D1. He did a blessing. So it wasn't exorcism, it was a blessing. And Chris recalls the temperature in the room dropping at first and then warming up. And then there was, like, a sense of something lifting. So after that, Chris said that the hauntings lessened. He said, like, oh, after the blessing, you know, I felt so much better. The hauntings weren't as violent. Like, the voices the voice was still there sometimes, but not like before. So I don't know, like, what do you guys think? Was it because of the blessing, or was it just kind of like a gazebo effect? You know?
You know which one I'd say.
Kanta says gazebo. What about you, DMJ? What do you say? Placebo?
Mix of both.
You know, like, you know, it's just gazebo or true.
You can't know how the supernatural works.
I never know. Well, I mean, the priest helped. You know, probably, yeah. I don't know, like, to me, probably gazebo, but I don't know, I call it placebo gazebo. But probably gazebo, but who knows? Chris believed that it's, you know, it worked. The blessing worked. So the attacks stopped. The dread became more bearable, and Chris found himself like, oh, I can finally sleep a little more, you know, like, he also found like small safe spaces, like he was running again. Like he went back to cross country. He was hanging out with friends, and like his life at college was becoming more normal. But when he thought that things were normal, it didn't actually last long, because it seemed that Tommy did withdraw from hunting Chris, but that doesn't mean Tommy was done. And the entity decided to punish Chris by hunting his friends. So one of those friends was actually Linda Kalashinsky. And according to some retellings, after Chris and Jeff began spreading word of their paranormal evidence, Linda started experiencing what she believed were supernatural pressures of her own. She was feeling watched and stalked, and she reportedly thought that the presence followed her in campus spaces. And one time in particular was pretty terrifying. So she was sitting in her room on her bed, and suddenly there was she felt hands on her back, like pressure, and the hands pressed down on her so hard that they pressed her into the bed, and she couldn't get up, she couldn't move. And she started screaming. So Jeff and Chris ran out, because they were living pretty close to each other. Jeff and Chris ran over, and when they rushed in, they saw Linda on the bed, being pressed into the bed. And Jeff took a bunch of photos of the incident, and actually Netflix did show those photos, but I couldn't find them anywhere on the internet. I was trying to find them. And
you couldn't find them either?
Yeah, I couldn't find them. Yeah, it was just in the documentary, the documentary, they have those photos, and I'm like, okay, well, I have to, it's probably somewhere out there. But no, those pictures are not on the internet, so I don't know.
I'm guessing that Jeff, because he shows up prominently in the documentary,
yeah,
he has all those photos, and he just hasn't really released them online yet.
Yeah, I did find some of the photos, but not... Right, not all of them. It was by the way, it was really hard to find even the skeleton photo, which is the infamous photo. Yeah,
I had to get it from screen caps and things like that.
Yeah. So I managed to find it, right? I found a pretty good version of that photo, but I literally had to dig through some I don't know. I don't even know how to call it. It wasn't Reddit. It was some fringe forum, and someone posted the photo, and I'm like, oh shit, they have the photo. But otherwise, I couldn't. Yeah, no, I was just trying to screen cap it from videos and stuff, and yeah, I finally found it. But some of the photos, they are only featured in the documentary so far.
That's not the only thing that's only in the documentary from what I've seen.
Yeah, there's a couple of things that I can't find on the internet. So then after Linda's encounter, there was Beth, so one of Linda's friends. One night as they were all hanging out together, Beth allegedly, Beth, Linda, Chris, Jeff, they were hanging out together, and Craig. Beth spills something on her shirt, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna join you guys, I just have to change my shirt, so I'm gonna go back to my dorm room. And so she goes back to her dorm room, and that's when she allegedly saw the entity in the mirror in her room, and she screams, the entity screams, she screams allegedly, and she drops to the ground. And then she was found by, again, Jeff and Chris, unresponsive. They said her eyes were open, but she wasn't really responding. She was just on the floor. And Chris said that he thought Beth was dead. He was just I thought she was dead, because she wasn't moving and she wasn't responding, and her eyes were open. I thought legitimately that she's dead, she's gone. Mind you, it wasn't just Chris's friends. Apparently, because you would think oh, okay, well, oh, conveniently it's Chris, and conveniently it's his friends that all trying, they believe him, and they're trying to solve this mystery, so they are influenced by it. Oh, how convenient. All of them are experiencing the paranormal. No. So it wasn't just Chris and his friends. Apparently the entity was also seen by the janitor during the winter break when everyone was gone. So no one was in the dorm, and he apparently saw the entity or like experienced some paranormal stuff inside of the dorm when all students were gone from Erie Hall. Yeah. So, I mean, there's that. I don't know how true that is, but apparently, yeah, like the employee, the janitor did see something. I don't know what he saw actually. Like even in the documentary, it wasn't really described. Like I couldn't really find anything specific in any articles about it. Like I did find mentions that, that the janitor saw something, but I don't know what he saw. Okay.
Yeah, I saw it. Was the most beautiful woman I ever done seen.
Okay, maybe not. I don't think this is what he saw, but I mean, here's hoping. Here's hoping. Here's hoping that he saw something not scary. Okay, so by then, Chris is pretty desperate. Like, he's devastated. He's desperate. He's so exhausted. He's so tired of this whole thing. And the hauntings had peaked. Like, he was sleep deprived. He was bleeding, just emotionally spent. And so he did what many of us avoid. Like, he called his dad, Vito Di Cesare, and Vito answered. Chris tried to explain, like, he was shaken and he was apologizing for the strangeness of the story, but like, his father is a very rational person, and like a more scientific guy, like how Chris described him. He's like, oh, he's a scientific guy. Also, Jack,
I think he was a science teacher.
Yeah, he's a science teacher, right? So he's very much about reason, about science and logic. Also, Jack, I thank you so much for the Supa Hayfear. I bought your badass sweater and hat. Oh my God, this is amazing. Yeah, like I love the design. Oh my God, it turned out so great. And I can't wait until it gets here. Yeah, I hope you get it soon. Yeah. Okay, so back to the story. So Vito is a science teacher. He's like very logical guy, but like he even said that, yeah, like when I heard Chris on the phone, like I thought, meant like something really serious is happening. I'm gonna drive over there. So he dropped everything and he came, immediately to Geneseo, and it was like a couple hours drive. So he's just like, yep, I have to help my son. I have to be there for my child. And Vito's first move was very pragmatic. Like, he told Chris, you know what, you go to sleep and I'm gonna, stand guard. I'm gonna be here. I'm not gonna sleep tonight. I'm just gonna guard you, the whole night, so that you can get a good night's sleep. And he set up a mattress right next to Chris's bed, and Chris went to sleep. He didn't sleep. So
good dad.
Good dad. No, good dad. Seriously, father of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at first everything was normal, but as the night went on, at around 3 a.m., something changed, and Vito reported later that he felt something. He felt like coldness, pressure, some kind of presence, especially like from the closet. For some reason, like from the closet. But he kind of ignored it. Like, he was just like, okay, I cannot wake Chris up. Like, he needs sleep. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna survive this. Like, I'm gonna just wait it out and let's see what happens tomorrow. So Chris wakes up tomorrow, and Vito doesn't really tell him that something happened. Like, Chris asked him, and he's just like, no, everything's good. They didn't speak about it, but Chris definitely knew that something happened because of like how his father looked, like how his facial expression. He was just like pretty disturbed. Okay, so to shake off the dread, Vito tells Chris, like, hey, you know what? Let's go for a run. Let's go run in the woods. And we're going for a run. We have to shake it off. We have to just reset ourselves. And as they were running, something caught Chris's eye. So on the ground, like covered by leaves, there was a plaque that said Boyd Parker Memorial. So that's what it said, Boyd Parker Memorial. And this is the first time that Chris really paid attention to it and saw it. And he's like, what? Who is this? Like, what is this? Like, what is this memorial? Why is it here? Why is it here in the middle of the woods, right? And it was like close to this tree. You know, why a memorial here? Like on the same route that Chris was always taking during his morning jogs. So after Vito left, Chris and Jeff started digging into local archives, campus history, old maps, library records, all pointing to one wild fact that SUNY Geneseo and its surrounding land had seen blood in the Revolutionary War, and the campus sat atop what had once been contested territory. So the Boyd Parker Memorial plaque turned out to memorialize yes, just demoralize. Oh, goodness. So yeah, this plaque was memorializing some alumni or some soldiers that died on that very ground, and those soldiers were Sergeant Michael Parker and Lieutenant Thomas Boyd. Tommy. That was the same name, Tommy.
Oh.
Thomas Boyd. And, Chris and Jeff were like, holy shit. Is that him? Like, is that him, Lieutenant Thomas Boyd? So the story is actually pretty interesting. So they pieced together the story. In 1779, during the Boyd and Parker ambush, which was part of the Sullivan expedition, a patrol led by Lieutenant Thomas Boyd and Sergeant Michael Parker was sent out to scout or, do a reconnaissance near a Seneca Native American village. And they were ambushed by British loyalists and Seneca warriors. Several soldiers were killed, others captured, and the ambush is historically documented. And Boyd and Parker was supposedly tortured and mutilated in those woods, by the way, the same woods, with Thomas Boyd actually singled out for extreme cruelty. Local stories and docuseries suggest that Boyd was tied to a tree, often referred to as the torture tree, and he was subjected to prolonged mutilation, disembowelment. His bowels were tied to the tree, and other abuses. And that tree, by the way, the same tree. So the same tree is the tree that Chris ran by daily. This was his running route. So he was running right next to this tree, passing by this tree every single day when on his runs. So yeah, and then actually there's a more plot twist. There's more plot twists here. So Jeff and Chris looked at the maps, and the torture tree was on Chris's usual running route, just off the path, in forested lands. And every time he passed it, he felt something. So the spirit, they theorized he was rooted in that side, the spirit of Thomas Boyd, and that tree was Boyd's anchor, and Chris was just within its radius, and the spirit just attached itself to Chris. So the theory is that Boyd's spirits was reaching across time, seeking someone to listen, to help him pass to the other side, to the afterlife. And yeah, Chris somehow was the one who could hear him. And there's there's another plot twist, which is an explanation to why was it Chris specifically. Okay, so at one point, when they discovered it, Chris decided to face this spirit head on. Finally, he was just okay, I'm gonna go to the woods and I'm gonna ask this spirit, what does it want from me? And he went to the woods, he went to the torture tree, and, supposedly started screaming at the spirit, what do you want? This is all I can do for you. How do I help you? But you cannot stay here. and the spirit apparently started saying, oh no, wait, this is before this, like Jeff and Chris started recording, like audio recording in the room, and apparently the spirit said on the recording, apparently it said, please help me. Even though
they play it in the documentary.
They played it in the documentary. I did not hear please help me. I just heard so yeah. I was like, I don't hear please help me. I just hear I hear gibberish. I just hear like, oh, okay, someone like, I don't know, said something outside of the room, and that's what the recorder like just captured. So yeah, I just heard so
it sounded like a dinosaur giving an impression of a guitar.
Yeah, kind of. I was like, I'm not hearing please help me. But apparently Chris heard please help me, so we're rolling with it, whatever.
Oh boy, are we rolling?
So we're rolling. So after that, like as I said, after that, Chris decided to confront the spirit head on, and he went to the torture tree. He started screaming at him like, hey, Tommy or Thomas, I know who you are. I want to help you, but this is all I can do, and you cannot stay here, right? And then apparently the spirit of Thomas Boyd appeared in front of him, rushed to the tree, like towards him, and then disappeared. And the apparition was gone. Like after all of this time, like I don't know what it wanted, but it was gone. So that confrontation marked the end of the hunting. There were no more huntings, right? Like Chris was finally free. And then there was one final plot twist, because they, everyone was asking like, why was it Chris? What happened? Like, why did the spirit attach itself to Chris? So apparently in True Haunting, it was revealed that one of Chris's ancestors, Adam Hubley, this was his mother's ancestor. Adam Hubley was the one that discovered Boyd and Parker's bodies centuries ago. So when Thomas Boyd was killed, when Michael Parker was killed, Adam Hubley, so Chris's ancestor, was the one to discover their bodies. And that's why, that's the theory. That means the ghost anchor could have been linked to Chris and his lineage, like just lineage wise. It was waiting for Chris to appear in the woods in front of the torture tree to attach itself to Chris. So yeah.
Yeah, the ghost was like, that's good enough.
It's like, great grandson, here we go.
Haunted lineages.
Your great grandfather couldn't do anything for me, so now it's your problem.
Great grandpapa. We're gonna, yeah, so that's the end of the story. Well, Chris is today kind of like leaning very much into what happened to him. He's also participating in a lot of interviews or a lot of like ghost hunting events, which, it's kind of, it makes me think like, don't you want to stay away from it? Like, after all that you've experienced, like I would be like, yeah, I don't want to have anything to do with any ghostly things, any haunted things.
He decided it was up for round 2.
Yeah, like he's just like, I'm ready for round 2.
Oh, but it hurts him so much. Oh, it hurts him to relive it every time.
It hurts him to be in the spotlight every single time. Are Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think like the biggest, for me, like the biggest kind of thing that raises my eyebrows is like, why are you a ghost hunter now? Like, you experienced this once, but weren't you like terrified? Why would you do this to yourself again? Like, why would you keep opening yourself up to like potential hauntings? But I don't know. There's that.
Did you look into other interviews he's done besides this documentary? I'm guessing so, right?
I did watch the one that you sent me, and I did watch some of the clips, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. Like,
well, he changes.
Yeah.
His story overall stays the same, but he changes things here and there. Like, for instance, the Netflix documentary shows that his roommate got scared by the apparition appearing before him. Mm-hmm. But in his own movie that he clearly made himself,
yeah,
it was because the ghost was fighting over Chris's pillow.
Yeah, like
And
there,
that's what
yeah,
spooked
there were
Paul.
like different, because I heard a different version where it's like Paul didn't really see the ghost. He just heard the ghost say, please, like, not, like, leave Chris alone. That's it. Like, he didn't really see anything in one of the versions. So
You're
I'm like,
almost in the player.
It's okay. Also, go, Alberto. Thank you so much. Ghost, your ancestor owns me, Chris. So he offered you. No. Yeah, like there are details in the story that change. Like, oh, the shower thing, like shower scene where Chris was like bleeding and stuff. Like some of it is told like, oh, Jeff found him, but some of it is like, oh, another friend found him, and it's never specified like what friend, and this friend is never invited.
Not only that, they've been apparently photographing all of this, but they didn't photograph the back.
Oh yeah,
I haven't
yeah, that's
heard or seen
true.
any pictures of the back.
Yeah, that's true. No one really photographed the injury. It was just, it was just said that, oh, he got injured and he was bleeding, but there's never evidence.
The timeline Chris wrote 2 books himself about this. And the timeline in those and the documentary and his own movie seem to change. The documentary presents it as Chris was starting getting haunted. The Warrens show up and they get ideas from the Warrens of what to do about it. Where originally it was the Warrens show up and then the hauntings start. Not like the Warrens started it, but like they put the idea in his head. And it makes it so all over the place that I was like, you got the core elements of the story here, but I don't know what you're trying to do with it, because some of these things might be innocuous, like saying, okay, who and so found me in the shower, or no, so-and-so found me in the shower, if he was passed out and he was on the ground, maybe he wasn't sure who picked him up, maybe it was Jeff, maybe it wasn't.
Yeah, true. But like the Warrens thing also, like that's why I kind of went with the version from the book, because I was like, okay, Chris was feeling that someone is watching him on his runs, but it wasn't really like the hauntings didn't start until they went to the lecture. But in the documentary, the True Haunting documentary, like, oh, it was like, oh, it started and then we went to the lecture and to get some ideas on how to, how to like catch it or something, how to like,
which maybe that was just the Netflix side of things to make it more entertaining. The thing that sticks out to me that makes me think, oh, this is just, whether something strange happened to him and it ballooned out of control, I don't know, but I rolled my eyes so hard at the ending of the 3rd episode where he's having a cinematic confrontation with the spirit.
Like the confrontation. Well, apparently it happened. I don't know, like supposedly he did, but I don't know if it was as cinematic as the documentary showed it, like, oh, the spirit like rushed into him and whatnot.
Also, I did some digging myself. That tree is probably not the torture tree. They basically analyzed the tree and it would have been a sapling back in the day of the torturing event. Probably the real tree was cut down or lost over time, or just died of old age.
Well, maybe that tree is just in the place of the original tree. Yeah, like that's possible. Like, oh, it's that location or around that location. It's not necessarily the tree, but who knows?
But the only thing that just sets up one of the other things that sets up a red alarm is that, and they admitted it in the documentary, Jeff tried to look into the history of the school, look for anything, and Chris is the only one who's ever had an experience, him and his friends.
There was nothing else.
No one before, no one after.
Well, I mean, I guess it's like in the documentary, it's like explained like, oh, well, Chris's ancestor found this Lieutenant Thomas Boyd, so I don't know, like, oh, there was a connection and the spirit was waiting for his ancestor to appear at Geneseo.
Which I looked through some of the other stuff. I don't know if he's ever mentioned that anywhere but Netflix. Granted, I didn't read the book because I'm not.
Well, it was like his father, right? Like in the Netflix documentary that pulled out some like records, some book
that his wife had or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they discovered it years and years later.
Yeah, maybe they
It's
discovered
just-
it recently and they were like, oh my God, this is it. This is why.
I personally think that he had pressures on him, stressors on him, and it started to mess with him. You know, when we get tired and stressed, our brains do wacky things. So he might have experienced something. Something really might have been there. It's just the way he's blown it out. And the interview I sent you,
Yeah.
he's like giving analogies, and I'm not joking. He compares himself to people that go to war and
Kind
to
of.
Holocaust survivors.
What?
Yeah, like the interview, I was like, oh, you know, that's a very different style or narrative than the Netflix documentary. Like, it's less of a I was so scared and more of like oh, I was fighting. I was like, you know, fighting this thing.
The only one I believe and truly feel bad for is Linda.
Yeah.
Like her side story. Holy shit.
Yeah, like I didn't mention it, but because it was just not really that super relevant to this case.
It wasn't relevant at all, but holy shit.
Yeah, so Linda, the friend, she actually, before coming to Geneseo, so this girl, she actually experienced a tragedy. So she was a camp counselor on like a girls camp, like Girl Scouts or girls camp.
I think it was just a general.
Yeah, just general like kids camp or something. And like one night, like I just remember it from the documentary, but like one night there was a thunderstorm and like really like a lightning struck one of the girls. Was it like a house or tent or something? And
no, it was some kind of canoe or boat where both of them were in it, and the lightning struck them.
Yeah, so Linda literally experienced like, you know, she was trying to save the girls with another counselor, but both of the girls died because they were just struck by a lightning. And it was like before on July 4th, and it was like like right before she came to Geneseo. So it was yeah.
I want to believe, but
yeah. So Linda was the one that had like experienced like real tragedy.
I mean, the other friend also like found a guy who almost died, or did he die? I don't know.
I think it was like almost. Yeah, like I think it was like almost died or something. Yeah, there's that. There's that. Oh wait, let me like stop streaming the screen. I think it should be fine. But you know, yeah, like Linda's story was definitely sad, and I think I don't know. I don't honestly like, yeah, there are some pretty crazy plot twists and coincidences in this whole case, you know, like what Chris discovered and that Thomas Boyd. But I don't know if this was like, the question is also like, oh, did you come up with the name Tommy before? Because they never say it, right? Like, I mean, they say it like, oh, we came up with the code word Tommy before we discovered that it was Lieutenant Thomas Boyd. But honestly, you know, we never
which
know.
came first? Thomas Boyd or the concept of Tommy? Did they see Thomas Boyd and was like, we should call it Tommy?
Right? I mean, like it could have been like, oh, you know,
even if not
here?
maliciously, maybe every time he ran in that park past that tree, he would see the plaque saying Thomas Boyd, and he would just think in his head, oh, morning, Tommy, you know.
Well, it wasn't really Thomas Boyd. It was a plaque saying Boyd Parker Memorial. So he could have looked up. Honestly, he could have been like, "Oh, what is this? Let me look it up." And then
I'm looking at the Boyd Parker marker now, and it doesn't say Thomas Boyd.
Yeah, it doesn't. Okay. But you know, it could have been like, "Oh, you know, what is this? Let me look it up before." And he just never mentioned that he actually looked it up before the Tommy code word. So there's that.
I found that very strange.
It's a good story. I just it's when you look into Chris himself that I just start raising an eyebrow. Yeah, not even the Warren stuff got me skeptical, because it's like, okay, good, the Warrens are minorly involved. If the Warrens were fully involved, I wouldn't believe any of it.
Oh yeah, like if the Warrens were like super like fully involved in the investigation, I'd be like, oh yeah, this is like material for another horror movie. That's it. Like they're just getting material, getting some
you
content.
showed pictures of the real Warren. Can you believe they cast those actors to be them?
Yeah. And yeah, like I was just like immediately I was just like, yeah, I don't know about this, but it was an interesting story overall.
No, it was good. I haven't watched the next
definitely.
ones. This what was it? This House Killed Me.
Oh, I started watching it, but it's just like, honestly, it's just too classic. A family buys a great house at a bargain price, and they never suspected anything. I'm like, no.
I am literally looking for that in an apartment. I was like, are there haunted listings? Are there houses that are so cheap because they're haunted? I will sign up, please.
Why?
I-
Why? Don't do that.
Only because I want to believe. Give it to me. Someone
like-
said they should call me a haunted house. Do it.
Dude, like if I ever, I'm buying a house or I'm like house hunting, like I'm gonna bring a dog with me, a dog, a cat, a fucking hamster. I'm just like, no. The real estate agent starts talking to me. I'll be like, no, wait, let the experts investigate and then release cats, dogs, and hamsters. Let them investigate. The second story is kind of like the second story in the documentary. I started watching it and I was just like, oh, you thought this was your dream home. Why is it? Oh, it's in such a great neighborhood. Wow, the price is a bargain. I'm like, yeah, gee, I wonder why. It's like there has to be some catch. There's gotta be a catch. All right. So that's pretty much it. That's the end of the case. What did you guys think overall, aside from?
I like listening to it. It was interesting.
It was interesting to listen. It's definitely like an interesting story with plot twists. When you present it that way, right? Like obviously when we dig into it a little more, and we're talking, and Kanta is being skeptical, then
I just want to hear from Paul. Paul wasn't interviewed. I want to hear from Paul.
That's true. Like Paul wasn't interviewed, really.
Think about it from his perspective. Maybe he bounced out of there because his roommate was losing his mind and reacting to things that weren't there.
Yeah, like Paul was never in. Did I? Oh, because I think I said that Paul was interviewed, but it was Craig. Actually, I mixed it up. Like Craig appears in the.
I mix them up too. Yeah.
Yeah, Craig's appeared. Jeff appears in the documentary, but Paul never appears in the documentary. And like, why? Like, then why didn't you get to Paul? Why didn't you get him to? Like, it's always like, oh, Chris telling the story or Jeff telling the story, right? Like, it's never like they didn't get to the person who supposedly saw it. So, yeah. And there's that. Okay. Thank you guys so much. DMJ, Kanta, thank you so much for joining me today to listen to the Geneseo hunting.
No problem.
Always here to kill some buzz.
Yeah. But like I hope you guys found the story interesting. I hope you enjoyed the story, the stream. I did. I like, you know what, like despite having a lot of questions and the story having a lot of like kind of loopholes, I did enjoy the story. It's a good story. It's a good ghost story to tell around the campfire.
Like I don't believe in most of the Warrens, but I mean even some of their stories are good. Like Annabelle's a good story.
Annabelle is a good story.
This is a good story.
They made a movie out of it.
Yeah, they did make a movie out of it.
They did? What?
Annabelle. The Conjuring, right?
No.
Yeah.
No, what? No.
What?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't seen it? Yeah, like the Conjuring is about Annabelle, I think.
Did they ever find out what happened to her manager that died?
Oh, the recent one?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see anything. I think he probably had like a heart attack or something. I don't know. Or just car accident or whatever. Who knows?
What did he do to Annabelle? That's the question.
I mean, just don't, like I might not believe in all of it, right? Like I might not believe in like hauntings, but I don't mess with it because why? Don't mess with stuff like that.
I mean, you can mess with it.
No,
you can mess with it.
Don't.
You can take a Ouija board and call a ghost a fat piece of crap with it. You know, you can use a Ouija board and pee on it. You can take Annabelle the doll and throw her in that fire right in front of you. In fact, right here on the stream,
Not that,
I challenge
especially
you.
not
Do
that
something to
one.
me right now.
Don't mess with just don't mess with Ouija boards, don't mess with those things, because you never know, like
At
just be
least
safe.
mess with the doll.
True. No, like just just don't risk it.
It's made by a toy company.
It is made of it, but it's just a conduit for the demon.
Yes, exactly.
It's con. Do it.
It's con. Do it. Con. So do it.
It's very conning.
It's very conny. Wait.
I got it. Your Halloween
just-
stream. We're gonna get you on a Ouija board, and we're gonna type up the questions you're gonna ask.
Absolutely not. I am not playing Ouija board on stream. Absolutely not. Also, Shai's stream idea. Let's piss off the demons and ghosts and blame Sona. Jesus Christ. No.
I just scared my cat.
No. Leave Sona alone. Yeah, leave Sona alone. Exactly.
No.
Leave Sona alone. Leave me at peace. No, like I'm not doing never ever Ouija board. Like, yeah, maybe if it's like a game or something, a game, you know, like on Steam, because I highly doubt Steam has like a cursed game, although you never know.
Some cursed games on there.
There are some cursed games on Steam, true, but yeah, I'm not doing that. That's okay. I might do like instead. I don't know, like spooky slime or something. Slime, Halloween slime stream.
Annabelle. Got it.
That's it. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today, you guys. Thank you so much, Kanta and DMJ, for showing up to the stream, for hanging out with me today.
No problem.
And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed the story.
Oh, I enjoyed it. Give me something to do today.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. I got slimed. Joshua, Ghost Sona says you're lame. Is that true? No, I'm not. I didn't say that ghosts are lame. I just said like, hey, I don't necessarily believe in you. I like Tooth Fairy.
She doesn't believe in you, Ghost. Nobody
Tooth
believes
Fairy.
in you. You're worthless, Ghost. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Can you draw a single spider for Halloween? I mean, I can draw a spider. I don't want to touch a spider. That's it. Also, Dorothy, thank you so much for being a member for 25 months. For next April Fools, wait, a fictional, cover a fictional case. Ooh, oh, that's a good idea. That's actually a pretty good
Did you already kind of do that?
I could probably write a fictional case and try to, yeah. I think I did that one time. I did, yeah.
Fake website story?
Yeah, that's true. I did, but wasn't that on Patreon? I think it was on Patreon. It was like a fake case.
But yeah, but you can make your own now.
Yeah, I mean, I can make my own. Also, Jose, time to sacrifice a plushie to the campfire. Hey.
Me.
No,
Which
not
one?
me,
Wait,
not
which one? I'm
me.
gonna move one.
Not me, not the chicken.
Not you. Let me see which plushie I can sacrifice to the fire. I think Kanta deserves to be sacrificed to the fire.
Do it.
Do it. Let me.
He's the one that wants
Wait.
to be sacrificed.
Okay, let me move Kanta into the fire.
Wait, can you actually do that?
Yeah. Wee.
Oh.
Fire
Well.
donkey.
Oh, there I go.
There it is. It's burning. My feet is burning.
Something smells. Hey,
Oh, no.
something smells pretty nice.
It is pretty nice. Warm.
Yeah, it's very
On this
warm.
nice
Very-
cold October evening.
Hey, I
Yeah?
can't feel my skin. Is that a problem?
It's melting off. Melt off. I'll leave you in the fire. I'll leave you in the fire for a while. Jesus. But okay. Oh wait, I didn't. Oh shit, I didn't count my plushies. I was supposed to add plushies. I'm gonna count. Wait, let me just count how many plushies do I have to actually add to the stream. Wait, one. We have two because we had we had super chat from Jose, then Dorothy, then Joshua, so 3. Then we have Shy 4. Jesus, how many plush? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my god. It looks so bad. I look so broken. Whenever like there's wait, was there? Oh, there was another one. Joshua, me next. Sona, me. I want to be chosen. Okay. Wait. I'm counting the super chat so that I can add all the plushies. Okay, 6. Jesus Christ, how many plushies are there? 6. That was from Alberto. Then we had Jackai, 7. Then we have who else do we have? Oh Jesus, I think there were like a couple more. I think it was like 8 or 9 because Shai also sent like memberships. Let's say that I have to add 15. I think there were like about 15 super chats. So oh Jesus, 16. Wait, because Kanta, you sent one. Kanta, member for 38 months. Thank you so much. Turn me over. This side is done. Okay, I'll turn you over. Wait, can I actually turn you over? Oh wait, 0. Let me see. Can I? Wait, how do I turn you over? Oh no, not that. Not that. 0. How do I turn you over? Oh yeah. Wait, I can turn you over. Look at that.
Wee.
Yeah, now you're kind of roasting.
Wee. I just look like I'm napping.
Okay, let me add 16 plushies and then we can wrap it up. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the wait, where is it? Okay, let's dude, we have like 55 plushies now. Jesus Christ. This is gonna be so many. Alright, let me like, oh, there's a hen. Maybe piggy. Bacon. Bacon.
Oh, bacon would be great in this fire.
2. Rooster 3. Jesus, I have to count it.
I don't know what a giraffe tastes like.
What? Oh, jeez.
What about the... Yeah. Anyone ever cook a giraffe yet?
Giraffe? No.
Hey, she's with me in the fire now.
No.
Okay. 5. Wait, 54 plus 16, 17. Sorry, 17. That's 16. Wait, 64, 71? Wait, am I counting it right? Math not mathing. 71. Oh, hey, I can count. Look at that. Oh God. Okay, 71. We're good. Oh, Yago. Oh, that's nice.
What?
Eagle. I just pronounced it as Yago.
Is that how you say it in Polish?
Yeah, go.
No.
Did you finally break?
Also, it's like completely different. But
It's a
Yago.
new pronunciation of eagle. It's Yago now.
Yago. Yeah, it's just Yago. Oh, wait.
Yeah. It's not eagle anymore. It's Yago.
Wait. Oh, okay. Blush. Let me add more. That's a hog. Jesus, hornbill. What is a hornbill? Oh, it's a bird.
Isn't that the one? No, that's the shoebill I'm thinking of.
Wait, not owl. Let's do wolf. Wolf. Mr. Wolf. And then let's do a cat. Oh, we don't have a cat actually. We didn't have a cat. Jesus, so many of them.
Where are you pulling these from? Why are there so many?
Magic. Oh.
Who made all these assets?
She can summon plushies with her mind.
I'm
Who spent the
summoning
time to make all these?
plushies with my mind. And okay, mouse. We don't have a mouse, so we're gonna use that. Is there a seal? I think there is a seal. Wait, let me see if I can.
Isn't that the one behind the goat pig thing?
Yeah. Seal.
And then there's a walrus.
Or there's sea lion. Does that count? There's a walrus, yeah. I'm just gonna put the seal here. And then we have like couple others.
Another army of stuffed animals.
We even have Snow Weasel. It's fucking cute.
Well, don't put it near the fire.
Snow Weasel
that's
is gonna burn. Okay, one more plushie. Wait, one more plushie after this one. We don't have a turtle, so might as well. Yeah.
Hey, Seal. Hey, Seal. Do you want to go clubbing?
Why?
What?
Jesus. Oh, also, Alberto says, always be skeptical when listening to stories, including if one is the real Sona for when she will never camp in the woods at night alone. Oh yeah, that's already a fake story. It's already a fake story. I would never do this. I would never camp out alone.
She has an army of plushies.
It's actually really relaxing.
It
God,
is
the
really
night's
relaxing with with the plushies around. True. However,
Honestly, you're the one who looks like a serial killer out in the woods by yourself with all these plushies.
yeah, I guess you have a point. You have a point there. I look kind of suspicious. I look a little bit suspicious with like all the plushies around.
Crazy.
Someone just walks up this. Welcome to the
glamping.
campfire.
I am glamping, okay?
Expecting you.
Also, I love how there's like I'm here and then the donkey is here and the plushies are here. Oh, okay. No, that's a nice view with the plushies. Oh, I should have done this. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. So we're sitting around. Okay. You guys, thank you so much. I'm just gonna wrap up the stream. So thank you for joining the call. And yeah, have a spooky night.
You too.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. See you, folks.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Yeah. Okay. You guys, thank you so much. Thanks for joining the stream. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, it was a part of my Patreon hangout. So I usually have one Patreon hangout a month with my Platinum, Ruby, and Diamond tier members, or Diamond and Ruby tier members. And this time it was Platinum, Ruby, and Diamond. So yeah, like usually we sit, we sit into, like, we just join a call and we do something spooky together. Either watch something spooky or I talk about a case and I have, my Patreon members to comment to discuss the case with me. And by the way, there's a wallpaper on my Patreon for my gold, Platinum, Ruby, Diamond tier members. So if you are a member in those tiers, you can grab yourself a nice spooky wallpaper this time. Also, Dorothy plot twist Sona is in the backyard, not hers. So not my backyard. Oh, also I have to add another plushie. Wait, where was it? This one? Oh, okay, let me just add another plush. So we have one more. Oh, there was a cheetah? What the heck? Whoa, there's a cheetah. That's pretty dope. Look at that. Yeah, so we have a cheetah. The last super with cheetahs. All right. And also, bye, Otacon. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Flanders Scarlet. Sorry for mispronouncing if I mispronounced your name, but thank you so much for tuning in. And I hope you guys enjoyed the story. I hope you guys enjoyed the the spooky hunting of the Geneseo State College. And I will be back tomorrow. I'm probably gonna do some, we're gonna watch some spooky videos or something like that. It's just gonna be mostly yapping, but with a spooky twist. So we'll be yapping and we'll be watching scary videos. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. In the meantime, stay safe out there. Always lock your doors and windows, bury your hexes. Until the next time. Bye. Joshua, thank you so much. Great. Looking forward to tomorrow. See you, Sona. See you tomorrow. You guys have a wonderful rest of the day or night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.